Okay. We about to make a window through the intercostal. So first you got to find yourself a rib here and a rib there. And what we're looking at is the external intercostal, which originates from the upper rib insert to the lower ribs. How we inhale. We make an incision across the external and cut a window. And if we done this right, when we peel back the external intercostal, what stays behind is the internal intercostal, which is the muscle of forced expiration. And there we have the external intercostal and internal intercostal. If we go over here, we see ourselves the serratus ventralis. Lift that up. And then we see a pin there. We see the middle scalene, and then we see the posterior scalene. I'll get that thing out of there. And then you lift this up right here, see a lymph node? And then you see this one right here, this little one's the anterior scalene. You see that? Right there. Anterior scalene, middle scalene, posterior scalene, serratus ventralis. And then if we go down here, we see some serrated muscles. This is the serratus dorsalis. Cranialis goes toward the head. This is the serratus dorsalis caudalis toward the tail. This is the external abdominal oblique, and this is rectus femoris and transverse abdominis. But whoever dissected this did not separate the transverse abdominis from the internal abdominal oblique. So I don't know what to say about that. Over here we got a sartorius. Sartorius, very long muscle, it's a very big muscle called the sartorius big. It's so big. So when I cut it and reflect it, that right there, and I cut this and reflect it, then we see the quads. Now they have been resected and separated. At one point, this was together. This is the vastus medialis. This is a muscle that provides tension for the lateral band of fascia, and that's the tensor fascia latte. It reminds me of drinking coffee latte. It's fascia latte. And this is the rectus femoris. If we cut the rectus femoris and go deep, we see the vastus intermedius. So vastus medialis, vastus intermedius, rectus femoris, vastus lateralis. If we then look at the medial compartment of the femur, we see the gracilis. We see the semimembranosus. We see the adductor femoris. Then we see the adductor longus right here. Unfortunately, they didn't dissect. You can kind of see a little bit of the pectineus right there. Pectineus, and then undissected on this side of the iliopsoas. And then as we get down over here, we see the medial head of the gastroc and the flexor digitorum longus.